A 19-year-old student at Louisiana State University was allegedly raped by at least 2 men and then left to wander the streets before she was fatally struck by a car shortly after, say authorities. 4 suspects are charged in connection with the January 15 incident in East Baton Rouge that preceded the death of LSU student Madison Brooks, say authorities. Kyvon Washington, 18, and a 17-year-old juvenile are charged with 1 count each of third-degree rape, according to probable cause affidavits. Kason Carver, 18, and Everett Lee, 28, are charged with 1 count each of principal to third-degree rape, the affidavits show. In Louisiana, third-degree rape is considered to be a rape committed without the lawful consent of a victim, in which the victim is incapable of resisting or of understanding the nature of the act by reason of a stupor or abnormal condition of mind produced by an intoxicating agent or any cause, and the offender knew or should have known of the victim's incapacity, according to the Louisiana State Legislature's website. Brooks had a blood alcohol level about 4 times the legal limit when she left Reggie's Bar on Bob Pettit Boulevard, near the LSU campus, in the early hours of January 15, according to the affidavit. She also tested positive for THC, it says. According to the affidavit, she and the 4 suspects consumed alcohol at the bar. Carver told authorities that he didn't know Brooks and had never seen her before, the affidavit says. He said that when he and the others were leaving the bar for the night, the victim walked with them, the affidavit says. Carver described Brooks as very unstable on her feet, unable to keep her balance, and unable to speak clearly without slurring her words, the affidavit says. Video footage shows Brooks falling inside the bar, according to the affidavit. He said he saw Brooks and the 17-year-old male hugging and walking together, and that she asked for a ride home, it says. Carver asked where her friends were, but he told authorities she was drunk and did not know where her friends were, the affidavit says. Carver told authorities he offered Brooks a ride home and asked her where she lived, but he told authorities that she fell over and could not answer him, it says. Carver said he drove to a nearby street where he parked the car. There, he said he heard the 17-year-old ask Brooks 5 times if she wanted to have sex with him and that the victim gave verbal consent to his 17-year-old friend, the affidavit says. The 17-year-old and Brooks had sex in the back seat of the car, according to the affidavit. After the 17-year-old had sex with Brooks, Carver said he heard Washington asked her numerous times if she wanted to have sex with him and she consented, the affidavit says. Carver said he and Washington's uncle, Lee, stayed in the front seat while sex acts were being performed with the victim, it says. Carver told authorities that at a certain point, he said, "We got to stop this," at which point, Carver said Washington and Brooks stopped having sex, the affidavit states. Asked if Brooks was too impaired to consent to sex, Carver allegedly said, "I guess," the affidavit says. Unable to find out where Brooks lived, he says he dropped her off in a subdivision, he told authorities. At 2:50 a.m., Brooks was struck by a vehicle and killed. The driver was not arrested. Carver's attorney Joe Long told the advocate that Brooks' death is a tragedy, but not a crime. Attorney Ron Haley, who is representing Washington and Lee, told that it was absolutely not a rape. He told, based on a disagreement, she got out of the vehicle. She indicated she was getting an Uber. "I want the public to know, these young men, or really the driver of the vehicle and the young men that were in there, did not put her off on the side of the road." A Louisiana native, Brooks was a member of the Alpha Phi sorority at LSU. Maddie was a bubbly, loving, and selfless friend. She left an indelible mark on our chapter. We cherish our memories together and we will never forget her. Our forever friend was also a hero. Maddie donated her heart and kidneys to save others, the sorority said January 23 on Instagram. We send our deepest sympathies to her family and friends during this incredibly difficult time. And we respectfully ask for time and space so we may support each other in our healing process, it added. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel and set the bell so you don't miss new videos.